Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have the automatic bus transmission in here. We had to do quite some bit of surgery. So, I'm sure you could have probably somehow put it on top of the frame rails, but then the CV joint angle would be really extreme. So what I did was I had to just take the whole frame rail chunk out and cut the front mount out. And then from there I had to make them front mount out of a piece of angle iron is what I used. I should be able to get up in there and get the bolts. I haven't cleaned it all up. I'm going to make it look a little prettier. And then the next thing I did is these things are offset. And I heard they're offset, but I didn't realize they were offset that bad. I thought it was like an inch. It's like 3 inches. So if I put it in the center, if you can see this tube right there is actually center line, and if you look, it's about 2 inches off on the transmission, and that's on purpose. So if I centered the transmission up with the bell housing up in the center of the engine compartment, this axle on this side was going to be really, really short, and that one over there was going to be really, really long. Because even over here, it's still long. It's probably at least another inch or so longer than that side. So what I did was, I'm hoping to be able to use like 944 axles, or at least a bug axle on one side and maybe a bus on the other. I don't know. I'm trying to hopefully be able to do this without having to buy custom-made axles, because that's a couple $100. And I'm only going to use one of them. So, you know, I'm trying to split the difference, and hopefully I'll have enough play to deal with. I won't be able to really measure that until I get the stub axles in and the CV joints on and all that good stuff. But anyway, so I moved the whole transmission over, which will in turn move my engine over about 2 inches. Not a big deal. It will probably look a little weird, and it will put more weight on the passenger side, which is not that big a deal because my fat butt is on the driver's side. So it will be a little awkward for some people to look at, and they'll be like, oh, it's way over there. Well, it is what it is. You know, I could have put it in the center, and then I'd have to definitely buy custom-made axles. You know, so that wasn't going to happen. Anyways, it's in there. Made them out here. This is not going to hold the motor in transmission. That's just to hold the transmission, because I don't really feel comfortable holding the motor on that too. So we're going to end up doing something back here to hold the motor, to spread it out, and then I'm probably going to put a brace going this way to take some stress off the top of the cage, and I might run something from here inward to take some more stress off this area. So that will be later. I'm just, you know, want to spread it all out. I don't want it all hanging on that transmission mount, because the buses had that mount, and then they had the mustache bar. So, you know, and that was a bus. What we are planning on doing here is my brother has a vehicle with a 4.3 Chevrolet in it, and he's offered it up to me. So that may be the motor that goes in here. I'm not sure all the way yet. I've done some basic measurements. The radiator should fit behind the seat. I can put a cover over it. I'm not going to put it in this area. I'm going to put it down behind the seat. I've seen a few people do that, and it seems to work. We'll test that out. I don't want it up high, like in the rear window area, because that just always seems crazy, because it's like, man, if that radiator ever gets a hole in it or blows a hole off, you're going to scold the people in the back seat. I'd rather it be below the seat, and I can put some sort of shroud on top of it, so if it does blow, it'll blow down, you know. So we might do that. We'll probably put the V6 in here. I have to measure to make sure I have enough room from the cage back, but just looking at it, it looks like I do. I did have to, being that everything is lower, to get the transmission up farther forward because of the shift linkage. On this one, the shift linkage is over here, so I had to drop the transmission down for that. If I had it up higher, the linkage would be inside the frame rails there. So it sits a little lower than I originally wanted, but not a big deal. I will put a skid plate on it, and it should sit decent. This is not, you know, a Baja 1000 buggy or a mud buggy or anything. This is just a street cruiser with a little bit of off-roading to go out and play in the trails and stuff. So we're not planning on jumping this thing, you know. So anyways, boys and girls, that's about it for right now. The other thing I did do, we'll wrap this up here, is I did get the roof mounted. So all the brackets are welded in. I've got my mirror mounted. Got all the holes drilled. I got to get 3 more bolts for the roof, and then, you know, I can put those in. Just got it mounted just because it's out of the way, and all the hardware will be with it. Eventually I'll take it off and I'll get all the edges grind down on that to make that even better. But that's about it. Just figured I'd get out here and get some work done. Getting that transmission in there is a pretty big job. If I were to do all this again, I would have had them raise the cage. You know, I had them add another 6 inches maybe to the cage on the top, and then just ran the stock shifter somehow. But, you know, like I say, being able to let the kids be able to drive it when they get a little bit older will be worth it. So, you know, that's what it is. Anyways, the next thing I think I'll do is, I don't know yet. Maybe I can get the radiator from my brother and start making brackets for that. Everything's going to be brackets. Mount the gas tank, mount the battery probably would be my next things, because that's stuff I have. So it'll be easy to do. And then, don't really know what else. Maybe I have to start buying parts. Try and get this thing turned into a roller would be nice. So anyways, boys and girls, don't forget to like and subscribe. Get out there, work on your projects. Let's get all these things running and driving. It's starting to get cold up here. I mean down here. So that means it's work on your car time for you guys up north and not play in the road anymore. So get a little heater. Let's get out there and have some fun. See you guys later.